Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel this week again. Hopefully this week again. How are you? How has it been? How's it going? I hope it's going good. I hope it has been great. It has been. I hope it has been stellar. I'm okay. I'm actually great, to be honest, except except for some physical situations. But anyways, we're doing good, actually. We're improving, at least. That's the point, sometimes. So yes, welcome back. And today, what I will be talking about was quite an interesting observation in my on my side. So the other day, I was taking a bus to go to work. And no, I was coming back from work. Anyways, I was in a bus, at least, and a lady and her son. I'm assuming that he was her son, but her son sat right next to it, right in front of me, and they were like we were on our way, we were taking the bus, and then the boy started to misbehave, and then the lady told him off, but then the boy started to kiss the lady on her cheek, but he started to act cute and started to kiss his mom, and then the woman started to loosen her attitude, and they started to get along again, which happened in quite a short time. It was 2 minutes or something like that, and this behavior made me think about seduction. I'm not talking about seduction between a mom and her kid, but psychologically, I think we all know that seduction, or the way we view seduction and relationships and romanticism, settle and happen when we are kids. And this behavior of this boy and his mom made me think that this boy is going to grow up thinking that he can do everything, and he can also get close to women in his life after misbehaving or doing bad things, and he's going to think that it's going to be okay, and he's going to think that he can get away with with those bad things, and that also made me understand more it made me understand more how psychologists now are telling people to teach children to set boundaries in a very young age, even when they're babies. It was quite an open observation of that thing happening right in front of me, and that thing happening in front of me also made me think about past how seduction and relationships were structured in the past, because that thing happening made me think about the painting The Kiss, because in that painting the lady is trying to it looks like the lady is trying to get away, but the man is holding her and kissing her, and that made me think that maybe this was how the society was structured back in the day. Maybe this is why men or boys think that to be a real man, you have to be strong and you have to assert yourself even when you're wrong, and you have to assert your desires upon other people, especially women. And maybe this is why those people back in the day, or these people that are living in this age, think that this is okay. This is going to be okay. I'm going to say a sentence, but I will explain it a little more. Maybe this is these views were structured because when they were growing up. This is how they were raised. Maybe the people that were raising these people were acting in this way. And if you look at the society or the nations or the countries around the world, and how these problems of men trying to assert them become even more common in more religious or more traditional, more conservative populations, then that also kind of paints the picture a little better. So then this also indicates that to have a better society, we really should be advocate about the things that we think or we know that are important, because we know that it's not okay to assert yourself in every situation. It is okay to be assertive or ambitious in some situations, but in some situations it's not appropriate to be like that. And if we are like that, if we hold that facade of showing that it's not okay to be assertive in every situation, even towards children, to our children, then maybe that's the way that society can change. Or maybe that is how we can change some of these behaviors in adults, or at least we can protect ourselves. It's not always our responsibility to protect ourselves in these situations. These things sometimes are out of our hands, some of the happenings. I'm not trying to blame the victim, but even if we see a situation like that happening, like someone falling victim to an assault, we can advocate for the victim in a way that is right, that we know now that is right, because in the past apparently humans didn't know that, or people that knew that were not really vocal about it. So maybe, like in the example that I gave right in the beginning of this video, if that lady was quite assertive in her way of setting a boundary to her son, maybe he could have learned how to be respectful, because when we are raising kids, the one responsibility that we have towards that kid is to teach that kid to have some responsibility, because when they're going to grow up, they're going to have so many responsibilities and they need to learn how to handle them. If we treat our children in that regard, regarding that thing, keeping that in our minds, and treating our children in that way, not aggressively, obviously that's not my point, but if we set those boundaries and be very strict about them in a way that is not aggressive, then that kid can learn how to not pass that boundary. And if we see a situation where an adult is passing a boundary, overstepping a boundary, be that ours or someone else's, if we're vocal about it, then maybe it can also be helpful in those situations. It's like I said, it's not our responsibility to be like that in every situation. Obviously, people need to know that they need to know their place, but sometimes boundaries are overstepped, and we need to warn people. And not being okay with these things should be quite important, obviously, because the change in society, like I mentioned from the observation of a painting and this kid, is quite interesting, because these things were way more common in the past. It was quite normal for men to assault other people, especially women, especially their spouses. And now, since things happen, since human rights movements change those things, the view on that, the things that happen on regarding these situations or these facts have changed quite a lot, and we really progressed in that area. But the way that we progressed were by being vocal and by being advocate, by being strict about these things, these facts, these problems. And I think it is quite obvious that it is going to, this problem that we have in modern society of people overstepping boundaries or struggling to learn how to treat boundaries, how to have boundaries, or how to regard boundaries. I think it is going to change by us being vocal, and by us with us being vocal, and with us being strict and advocate about these things. So yeah, we should be strict about boundaries. It seems like, to me at least, from this observation. It is it is not always obvious to everyone that boundaries are important, and it was not that obvious to me in the past as well. It is relatively a new learning for me as well. I'm learning to set my boundaries and respect them, and demand people to respect them as well. And I think we can all see some people still struggling with boundaries on the internet or in our lives, with people that we see in our day-to-day lives. And it is quite important, as I said. It is obviously important in our day-to-day lives, but it is also important in our collective experience of this world, because some of the things that are happening right now in the world are because of unacceptable views of boundaries, because not everyone has the same view of boundaries, unfortunately. And if we keep on being strict and advocate about boundaries, and also by learning more about boundaries and how to set them and how to keep them and how to respect other people's boundaries, is going to be quite beneficial in many regards in society and in our lives as well. And yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about, and it is quite interesting, and an interesting observation in seduction as well, how it changed throughout time. And I think you can also see that in literature as well, because the short stories that used to come out in the past were depicting stories more like or depicting a story between a man and a woman, where the man were quite assertive and quite also mysterious, and we didn't really have much information about them. But then they could act like the other person needed them. But then that also changed, and we have new stories that depict more acceptable pictures about relationships, more acceptable dynamics in relationships. And I feel like it is a good thing that is happening in the world right now, because we don't have that many good things happening right now. But at least this one is. I feel like I've been trying to see as many progression in the world as much as as many progression as I can, to feel better, at least a little. So yeah, this was one of them as well. Despite all the bad things happening, these things happen as well. We still have quite a lot to work through, but at least the there is some progression. It looks like we're in the right path towards a better civilization or a better society. And yeah, this is it. This was it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like down below to let me know that you liked it. If you did not like it, it's okay. You can still check my other videos if my other videos that are not like this are your type of videos, or you can subscribe to my channel to see if my future videos are your type of videos. And if you like this videos, you can still subscribe to my channel to see my other videos that are like this, and you can entertain yourself since you found a video that was entertaining to you. And you can leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below, respectively. Let's please be respectful, but I would really like to hear about your opinions and discuss the things that you're thinking about. And that's it for this video. So until next time, take care of yourselves. I will see you next time.